Hi all, this is Shajata Fatima from the Department of Microbiology. I'm here to explain on the topic of cell biology. What is cell biology? Cell biology can also be called as cytology. It is the study of structure and functions of the cells. Cell biology is being developed into an independent branch in the year of 1893 after distinguished between cell biology and histology by a German embryologist Oscar Hertwig. So, who is the father of cell biology? It's Schwann. He described the morphology and the physiology of the cells. Cell theory. Cell theory is proposed by Schleiden and Schwann in the year of 1838. The cell theory states that the cells are organisms. All the plants and animals are composed of an assemblage of cells, which means a combination of cells. All the activities of the organism depends on the outcome of the individual cell. The cell arises from a pre-existing cell. The cell contains nucleus which controls all the activities of the cell. Types of cells. There are two types of cells. They are prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. When you see about the prokaryotic cells, they don't have nucleus and the membrane bound structures. For example, bacteria. When you come to the eukaryotic cells, you can see the nucleus and membrane bound nucleus. For example of eukaryotic, you can say fungi, plants and animals. So what is the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells? Let's see in detail. Prokaryotic cells lack a membrane-bound nucleus. Instead of membrane-bound nucleus, they have nucleotide regions in the cells. Whereas the eukaryotic cells have membrane-bound nucleus. The prokaryotic cell have circular DNA. It has prokaryotes are always unicellular. The internal structures like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum are absent in case of prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells do their cell division through binary fission. They reproduce asexually. When you see about the eukaryotic cells, they have linear DNA. They are unicellular and multicellular. Mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum are present in case of eukaryotic cells. The cell division happens through mitosis. This reproduction both asexual and sexual. Next comes the nucleus. Nucleus is called as master organelle, brain of the cell, the controlling center. It is also called as the administrative office of the cell. Nucleus is the largest organ of the cell. It was first discovered by Robert Brown in the year of 1831 in plant cell. Nucleus is present in all eukaryotic cells, whereas it's absent in mature RBCs. In eukaryotes, the nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane, whereas in the prokaryotes, the nucleus is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. The nucleus occurs in two phases, which is the mitotic phase nucleus and the other thing is the interphase nucleus. Nucleus involved in cell division is called as mitotic phase nucleus. Mitochondria. Mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell because it saves power. It is elongated or rod shaped. Depending on the activity of the cell, the number of mitochondria varies from 100 to 1000. It has two membranes. One is the outer membrane, another one is the inner membrane. Outer membrane is lipid in nature. It allows small molecules to enter through. Inner membrane is the protein in nature. It has high content of cardiolipin. It does not allow molecules to pass through, where you can say the outer membrane is semi-permeable, whereas the inner membrane is not permeable. You can see the structure of mitochondria here with the inner membrane space, matrix, inner membrane, outer membrane and the DNA. Whereas a matrix is a specific ribosome, circular DNA and it has the enzymes within it. The functions of the mitochondria include to generate ATP through the reactions of ETC. It helps in the biochemical reactions like oxidation of fatty acids, TCA cycle, etc. Next comes the ribosomes. Ribosomes are protein factors. The ribosomes are present freely in cytoplasm or sometimes attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They consist of two subunits which together join to form a complete ribosome. You can see it here. There is one large subunit and a small subunit which together combine form a whole ribosome. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is the interconnected network of tubules and vesicles. It is extended from nucleus to plasma membrane. There are types of endoplasmic reticulum which include smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in synthesizing phospholipids, cholesterols, and steroid hormones. It is the site of glycogen metabolism. Whereas the rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes proteins. You can see the picture here of endoplasmic reticulum. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are membrane-bound bags which are filled with digestive enzymes. Lytic bodies, which means lyso, which gives the meaning of digestive. It is spherical in shape and it ranges from 0.2 to 0.8 microns in diameter. Lysosomes digest the components of the cell, so it is called as suicidal bodies, suicidal bags, or suicidal sacs. It is filled with hydrolytic enzymes and acid phosphatases. It can destroy a cell with it releases enzymes. It is covered by a single layered membrane. You can see the picture of lysosome here pasted. Lysosomes are mostly found in animal cells and only found in some plant cells. They are absent in bacteria and mammalian RBC. They can be isolated in cells which is related to the enzymatic actions like liver cells, kidney cells, pancreatic cells, spleen cells, and etc. The pH of lysosomes is said to be acidic, which is 4.8 to 5. The lowering pH is maintained by the pumping of protons. The lysosomes are said to be polymorphic. There are some types of liposomes which include primary lysosomes, secondary lysosomes, residual bodies, and autophagic vesicles. The primary lysosomes are synthesized by Golgi bodies or endoplasmic reticulum, whereas the secondary lysosomes is called as digestive vacuoles, which is formed by the fusing primary lysosomes with phagosomes. The residual bodies are said to be secondary lysosomes with undigested wastes. Autophagic vesicles, as the name says, it is formed when they feed on their own cells. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a fluid content of the cell. They are site for many metabolic pathways. They include glycolysis, fatty acid synthesis, purine synthesis, and protein. Cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton is a network of protein filaments that extends throughout the cytoplasm. It is directed towards plasma membrane. There are three types of filamentous proteins which include microtubules, intermediate filaments, and microfilaments. Microfilaments provide a shape to the cell which acts as internal framework. It helps in the cell division. Plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is the thin, elastic, semi-permeable membrane, which is otherwise called as a cell membrane or plasmalemma. The models describing the structure of plasma membrane include trilaminar model, biomolecular leaflet model, lattice model, micellar model, and fluid mosaic model. They are made up of three macromolecules which include protein, lipids, and carbohydrates. This is the structure of plasma membrane. You can see there is an external fluid, glycoprotein, globular protein. There is a protein channel which is a transport protein, and here you can see cholesterol, glycoprotein, and other parts. Thank you for your patience on my lecture. For any queries or issues, just mail us at shasayology024@gmail.com. The mail will be responded within 24 hours of time. Thank you so much.